Let's just dive right in, shall we? Meta's Orion glasses.
The buzz is pretty much unavoidable, and honestly, it feels different this time. Like we're actually on the verge of, those holographic calls we've seen in movies becoming real.
Yeah, it's definitely a bold move, even for a company like Meta that's, well, known for pushing the limits of AR and VR. I mean, we've seen hints of this tech for sure, but Orion, it feels like they're aiming for something way bigger here.
You got that right. We actually got some really interesting insights from Business Insider and Tech Radar. And I gotta say, they paint a very vivid picture. So, okay, try to imagine this. You're wearing these glasses and they're lightweight, crazy lightweight, less than 100 grams, and boom, your world is just layered with digital stuff. No more bulky headsets or anything. And it's not even just about how it looks, the visuals, the tech behind it, especially the holographic projection system, seems like a huge leap. Even NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, he got a sneak peek apparently and walked away seriously impressed, talking about the clarity, the realism, the whole package.
Wow. Okay, so then imagine, right, you're catching up with family, but it feels like they're right there in your living room with you, laughing, telling stories, the whole 9 yards. Or picture this. You're at a concert, but from your couch, only it feels like you're actually there. That's the kind of experience they're promising. It could change how we connect, communicate, everything.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fascinating idea, no doubt. Think about it. Right now, we use our phones for everything, navigation, entertainment, you name it. But if Orion can actually do what they're saying, even half of it, that could be it. We might not even need separate devices anymore. It'd be like all our digital stuff. Streamline.
And speaking of streamlined, let's talk about how you even control this thing. Because from what I'm reading, Meta's going all out. We're talking eye tracking, voice commands, even, get this, a neural interface bracelet,
Yeah.
for controlling the glasses with hand gestures. I mean, come on, that's straight out of a superhero movie. But seriously, imagine navigating whatever the metaverse ends up being with just a flick of your wrist. That's next level intuitive.
Yeah, the neural interface thing, that's definitely attention grabbing. But it also brings up some questions, right? I mean, how accurate and responsive can that tech really be?
Yeah.
In the real world, I mean. Hand gestures sound cool, sure, but what if there's lag? Or it misinterprets what you're doing, trying to send a message, and your glasses are like, nope, not doing that. Not exactly the seamless experience they're going for.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be reliable, right? Fighting with a TV remote is one thing, but when it's like built into your reality,
Yeah.
that's a whole other level of frustrating. But okay, let's say they figure it out and it works perfectly. What does that even look like?
Yeah.
A world where everyone's got Orion in their lives. It kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it's a huge shift. Imagine architects, for example, collaborating on these 3D models, but in real time, making changes and seeing them instantly. Or med students practicing surgery, but it's like hyper-realistic simulations, no risk involved. Education, design, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's like our whole world becomes this giant canvas, right?
Mm.
But instead of paint, it's data, it's light, all that stuff. You could just walk down the street and have information pop up about buildings, history, even what's on the menu at that restaurant you're walking by. But then how do we not get completely overloaded? That's a lot to take in.
That's the big question. We're already seeing it now, right? Information overload, screen fatigue, all that. Orion could either make that way worse, or it could actually solve it, I guess. It all depends on how it's designed. Meta, any company doing this, they got to make it mindful, Make it so it actually enhances things, not just buries us.
Yeah, it's like finding that line between making reality better and just ending up glued to a screen that never turns off. We've all been down that rabbit hole on our phones. Let's just stop that from happening with Orion, but even more so.
Right, exactly. Imagine being at that concert, but now, on top of everything else, you've got notifications popping up, messages, maybe even ads based on what song they're playing. We'd need some serious filters, some way to set boundaries, otherwise it'll be too much.
And what about privacy? That's a big one. If Orion can see everything around us, does that mean it's collecting data on everyone too? Not just us, but everyone we're with, everything we see.
$1 million question right there. We're already dealing with enough privacy stuff as it is. Facial recognition, data tracking, the whole things. But with Orion, it's like next level. Imagine it's not just recording what you're doing, but also who you're with, where you go, even the stuff in your house. That's a lot of information. They've got to be transparent about that. Set some serious ground rules if they want people to trust it.
It's kind of scary, honestly. Exciting, but kind of scary. Like we're stepping into the unknown here. So much potential, but also so many ethical questions that we haven't even begun to figure out.
Exactly. The future with Orion, any of this tech really, it's not set in stone. It all comes down to the choices we make right now.
So what can we even do? How do we make sure this stuff is used for good? It feels so huge. Where do you even begin?
Honestly, I think it starts with talking about it. The more we have these conversations, the more aware people become. Ask the tough questions, make these companies be transparent. The more we talk about it, the better chance we have of getting it right.
It really does feel like, I don't know, a turning point or something. With Orion, we could go one way where it helps us, connects us, solves problems, but then there's the other way, and I don't know. That one's a little harder to see and kind of worrying.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not just on the companies making this stuff, though they have a huge role, obviously, but us too, right? We have to be, I don't know, thoughtful about it. What are we okay with? What does it mean for us?
Exactly. It's not just about how cool it is anymore. It's more like asking the tough questions.
Yeah.
Would I want something that can see everything I see, even if it means, like, my Amazon recommendations are insanely good? Or would I rather have some control, some privacy, even if it means giving up some convenience? Those are the kind of conversations we got to be having.
Absolutely. And honestly, don't underestimate what you can do as a customer, Every time you buy something, you're kind of voting for what you want the future to be. So support the companies that get it, the ones that are upfront and ethical about data and all that. And don't be afraid to really ask those questions. How's this made? Who's it for? What's it really doing?
Yeah. Be informed, be involved, and honestly, be a little skeptical. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, but at the end of the day, it's a tool, right?
Sure.
And any tool, you can use it for good or bad.
That's a great point to end on, actually. We've talked a lot about what Orion could be, but how successful it really is, that's not going to come down to how fast it is or how real the holograms look. It's about whether it makes people's lives better, helps us connect with each other for real, and honestly creates a future that's more informed, more fair, and, more human, despite all the tech.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, folks, there you have it. Augmented reality, what it could be, and all the big questions that come with it. Until next time, keep digging, keep asking those questions, and as always, keep diving deep.